Good morning. Hi, everyone. I am the Shagrika J. And real quick, I wanted to come on here and give you what God gave me. How are you responding during this wait, right? Would you respond differently if you knew God was about to give you a shift in rank? Would you respond differently? First Peter 5 verses 6 through 7 of the message, which is the message version I'm about to give y'all, right? It says, so be content with who you are and do not put on airs. God's strong hand is on you. He'll promote you at the right time. Live carefree before God. He is most careful with you. Say this with me, y'all. Due time. Say it again. Due time. God knows when we are ready for something and when we can handle what it is that we are asking of Him, or when He has something in store for us that we didn't ask for, right? So Ecclesiastes 3:1 of the King James Version tells us that to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Say this with me. Due season. Say it again. Due season. Galatians 6, verses 9 through 10 says, and let us not be weary in well doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. So what does this mean, right? So that this means that there is a specific time when something is expected to happen. This phrase implies that there is an elapse of time and that there will and always is a right time for a certain action, right? So, for example, and again in Galatians 6, it says, in due season we will reap. This just simply applies that there is a sowing season before a reaping season, and that there is a time to plant and a time to harvest. So while you are waiting, ask yourself, am I doing what it takes to reap the harvest and receive the results and am I that I'm looking for and or asking for? Again, wait well. That he needs you to respond different, he don't need you to, allow your anxiety to, not yours, because it's not yours, and we're not going to allow you to claim that, but we're not going to allow, he doesn't need you to be in a panic or, allow the anxiety that some people experience. Some people constantly experience anxiety, suffer with anxiety and depression, right? So if you're one of those people or you aren't one of those people who suffer heavily with anxiety or depression, God doesn't need you, doing this season of waiting to go into a panic attack or to allow the anxiety to, flare up or to get the best of you, okay? Because also, neither do he need you frustrated at the fact of the process. God said he hears you, he sees you, he's listening, he's looking, he saw all you've done, he saw all you've given. He saw the places that you've gone. He saw the places that you did not go because he instructed you not to do so, right? So, just get like last week in Bible study on Thursday. I talked about, I was supposed to go live on Thursday. We had some mishap. I was supposed to do a pre-recording on last Thursday because I had some other family obligations that I needed to fulfill. And the pre-recording did not go as planned as I planned it and projected it to go when it came to saving that, as well as the clip, as well as uploaded. So it took me a couple of days to get it done, but I was determined to get it done, y'all. So I ended up going live on YouTube. Tonight, I will be before you all with Bible study on this evening, right? And so tonight, when I go before you on with Bible study, I'm going to be coming to give you what God has given me to give, right? And then on top of that, last week, like I said, when I was in Bible study, I talked about, if God gave you a no, would you still serve him anyway? right? Because it's going to be times where, God, answer to us is going to be no. And we may not understand his why or his why not at that time. But he always comes back and give us clarity and revelation and confirmation on, his why or his why not. But his question is, would you serve him anyway? What is your heart posture? God examines our heart. He examines how we love on his people. He examines how we wait. He examines our posture, in each and every season, right? So even if it's not something that, you asking for, God told me to tell you, even if you're not asking anything of him in this season, he's preparing something for you anyway, because he's seen how you stewarded the things that you currently have. He's seen how what you do with just the little amount that you have, the things that you've done, for people, the things that you've given people, how, you would give people, your last and they won't even know it's your last. You will give people your first and they won't even know it's, your first. God said he's about to repay you for everything that you've ever done. And he's just going to give it to you tenfold, right? So people sometimes they don't understand, we go to God and we constantly ask God for things, and needing God to do things, right? And so God, we are God's children. And like some of us have children of our own, right? So we're not going to be okay with giving our children something or other people something and we don't have a relationship with them, right? When the people that you have a relationship with the most or a closer relationship, those are the people that you will give and give and give and do, most of the time do the most for, right? So that's the same thing to God. I heard a couple of people say, God give us the free will and the desires of our heart. So why wouldn't he? And I said, you got a point. But what is your relationship like with God? Do you have a relationship with God? So if you don't have a relationship, yes, God gives us free will and the desires of his heart, of our heart. But his word also says he grants those things to us when we have a relationship with him. Get a relationship with God. Get in an intimate space with God and see, won't the things that you are asking for be expedited? See, want the things that you desire, long as it aligns with God's will, be expedited. It's going to be given to you. The wait won't be so long. The wait won't be so hard, right? Because I have a relationship with God. I talk to God. I study. I give. Not only do I study, but I take time to talk to him. I pray. He ain't asking you to, create a prayer, be in the prayer closet. He ain't asking you to be on your side of your bed in a kneel position now. That's on your knees in the prayer position. That's the posture. But it's in our heart. Right? Our prayer closet, it's in our hearts. That's whether you're driving, whether you're at work, whether you're in the break room, whether you're in your office, whether you're at your business, whether you're at your church, whether you at a party. God doesn't care. Wherever you are, He's just asking you to serve him. He asking for you to acknowledge him. Acknowledge him in all that you do. Count it all joy. Tonight, that's what Bible study is about. Just count it all joy. Count joy in the midst of trials. How would you wait? That's what I'm talking about tonight. Count it all joy. When you are feeling attacked, when you're feeling challenges, when you don't understand, when things ain't going the way that you expected, desired them to go, or expected them to go, when things start popping up, when people start popping up, when people start going astray, count it all joy, count it all joy. Find some good in it and use it as motivation to keep on going. Keep on keeping on, as the old folks would say. Keep on keeping on. And so again, I'm going to say this to you. Wait well, because due season is here. Understand that in this season, you may have to do some things that you wouldn't normally do. You may have to go some places that you wouldn't normally go. You may have to shake some hands that you wouldn't normally shake, right? And I ain't saying people that's evil or people that's going to take the assignment, like I told my brother-in-law yesterday, that may take the assignment. It's just people that's, you wouldn't normally talk to. He's going to put you in some uncomfortable positions during this season. And how are you going to respond? God is checking how you respond. How you respond in this season. So we're going to respond differently, right? The devil used to you shutting down, you acting up, you getting frustrated, you getting overwhelmed, you throwing in the towel, you quitting, you going straight, you putting it down, you getting defeated. He used to you throwing a tantrum and stuff. That's what he used to. We gonna respond. He used to your anxiety, your anxiety, the anxiety running high or a panic attack occur. He used to that. He used to you being depressed or getting in a depressed state or shutting people out or shutting people. That's what he used to. We gonna respond differently. We gonna wait well. That's my word for you this morning. Wait well. Don't forget to tune in tonight at 6:30 on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram because I'm coming with the word count it all joy. Joy in the midst of trials is what I'm saying tonight. My husband is coming in the door, and you gotta hear him. I got this ponytail down. I don't want to be natural. I want to be free for a couple of days. My friend Vanessa blew this hair out. My friend Kendra got a wig for me because I got a lot going on over the next week or so. So yeah, it's gonna be a transformation. So I may be natural tonight, but I may not. I may have on no wig. So again, I am Bishop today. Thank you for tuning in.